The Premier League, or also known as the EPL, is the highest tier of English football. It's made of 20 teams and is the league with the highest revenue of any other league in the world. The first Premier League season began in 1992. After years of success, the revenue of this league has made it possible for them to invest in and fund community projects, grassroots, women and girls leagues, community and education programs, and so much more. So let's look at some of these funding projects. The Premier League not only funds the EFL and national leagues, but also to women and girls football. The current deal is a total of 1.6 billion investment and 400 million of that specifically for facilities and community projects. The Premier League Stadium Fund is a sum of money given to clubs in order to improve their stadium. In the men's game, this is available from the Premier League itself right through to the national leagues or tier 1 to 6. In the women's game, it's available from the Women's Super League to the national leagues or tiers 1 to 4. Since 2000, 192.7 million has been invested on stadium improvements. In order to develop the women's game, the EPL invested 21 million over 3 years from 2022 to 2025. Which isn't much considering the league's finances, but every little helps. However, this investment alone wasn't the only way that the WSL and WSL Championship were supported. In the 2021-2022 season, the revenue of all 12 WSL clubs increased by 60%. With the help of their respective clubs, many teams had the opportunity to play at the club's official stadiums. For example, Emirates Stadium, Stamford Bridge and Villa Park, with 11 of 12 WSL clubs receiving investment from the men's sides of up to 123.6 million. This meant WSL attendances increased by up to 43%. 1.04 billion was invested into the Football Foundation, which supported 69,800 grassroots football teams in the 2022-2023 season. Not only do they invest in clubs for the game, but also funded 164 clubs to create community educational programs. The Premier League Charitable Fund is an independent sport charity that funds club community organisations, also known as CCOs. 290 million has been invested into the community from the collaboration of the Premier League and the Premier League Charitable Fund. Tim Godwin, OBE, the Chair of Board of Trustees, Premier League Charitable Fund, said, "We work on behalf of the Premier League and our other funders to positively influence the lives of people of all ages across England and Wales. It is my continued pleasure and privilege to lead a charity whose scale and reach is unprecedented in world sport. These programs allow young people to create relationships through sport and the wide range of activities provided." The More Than a Game campaign was made to highlight the investment into all tiers of football. This involved clubs from the Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two and the National League, where they chose a community captain, which was given to someone who had helped with the community programs and deserved recognition for their part in helping society. Since 2012, the Premier League has raised funds for the Royal British Legion, and as you might know, in 2 game weeks in November, clubs are given shirts with the poppy in the centre. However, something you might not know is that the match-worn poppy shirts are signed and auctioned. The money from these auctions is given to the Royal British Legion. In 2023, Everton FC raised 18,934, and in 2022, Ipswich Town raised 12,510 in poppy shirt auctions. The Rainbow Laces campaign is an initiative to celebrate and promote equality and diversity in football for players, fans, staff, stewards and communities. It aims to educate children about supporting LGBT and teaching that football is everyone's game. They did this by creating Premier League Primary Stars and Premier League Kicks, both educational community programs. As part of this, players sometimes wear rainbow laces or have a rainbow captain's armband. Similar to the Rainbow Laces campaign, the No Room for Racism scheme uses the tagline, "Greatness comes from everywhere." It emphasises the importance of diversity on the pitch and how football is everyone's game. Not only was it made to create awareness, but during games, clubs have made it easy for people to quickly report racist hate comments, abuse, or discriminatory chanting, as well as online. These reports are looked at by a specialist team that can prosecute groups and individuals if found guilty. To help diversity with players and coaching staff, the Premier League introduced the Professional Player to Coach scheme. This was to raise the number of Black and Asian players and encourage them into coaching. This involves individual learning programs, mentoring from PFA coaches, and a 23-month placement to an EFL club. Former footballer Darren Byfield said, "The scheme's massive, and I don't use that word loosely. This is something where it gives Black and Asian people a chance to show their skills, get their foot in the door, and have more of them on the professional coaching side of it and management side." During lockdown, the Premier League created a series of videos to explain and advise people on how to manage both mental and physical health. One video featured a mental health psychologist, Dr. Hazel Harrison. 3 stages were discussed: acknowledge, accept, and take action. There were then separate videos of different professional footballers explaining how they take action to help their mental health struggles. Andros Townsend explained how opening up about his emotions was a massive relief. Post-lockdown, they continued their support with mental health and well-being. They created the Premier League Inside Matters Handbook, which was subtitled Advice and Tips for Understanding and Managing Feelings of Anxiety. This online book involved professional advice from well-being practitioners and health coaches, but also featured personal advice from footballers such as Declan Rice, Harry Kane, and Erling Haaland. One section was called Take 5 for Yourself, which listed activities to improve positivity. This included take a shower or bath, have a hot drink, listen to music, read a book, or walk with friends and family. In 2019, there was an effort for all top-flight clubs to have a sensory room for fans with special needs. They were made to help people with social disabilities enjoy football without the stress and noise of the stadium. These rooms were made soundproof and comfortable, with a range of toys available to calm them and lessen anxiety. Some clubs that have them include Arsenal, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and West Ham. Over the years, the Premier League has brought so many memories and has shown the highs and lows of top-tier football. Leicester's league win, the Arsenal Invincibles, the Manchester United treble winners, and the Man City Centurions. However, it's really important that we don't overlook the social achievements and help provided to lower league football and the wider community to make sure football is everyone's game.